top stories. Prime Minister Harris received second COVID vaccination. Officials address concerns about video of the crater, and firefighters urged to get vaccinated. The details are resourced and more after the break.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Are you looking for today's best architectural designs, appraisals, estimates, or even project management? Then look no further than Trevor Freights and Associates. Our designs are amazing. You'll be so satisfied with your work, you will tell others all about us. Visit trevorfreights.com today. Located at New Road on St. Kitts, with over 20 years in the industry, we strive to provide the utmost superior quality of service to all our valued customers. Call our expert staff at 465-8184 or 662-5184 and see what we can do for you. That's Trevor, FRAITES.com. You decide, we design.
Look at you. No braces, all the internet you can handle. I wasn't so lucky.
Invis is not your parents' braces. Invis is predictable, less painful, more comfortable. Invisalign.
Hey, man, I just can't believe that.
Yo, sweet boy, what you really crying for?
Why you see me crying, boy? What me crying? I just see her thinking about that girl. I think she cheating on me, you know.
You lie.
Boy, for real. A couple of weeks ago, right? She come telling me how I'm too sweet. And that I just make she belly roll. And I got her thighs rubbing. What is that?
No, man.
But yes. Look, she tell me, right, that we need some time apart. To be honest, I wasn't too concerned about that because you know how the girls and them, they're addicted to me sweetness. But then, I see she the other day. And the girl looking so good, looking so fresh and so lean.
Boy, you sure she addicted to you?
But yes. But wait. Look at her. Come, hide. Boy, come hide now. Oh, I can't believe, but is that what going on? Really? Why you got to say for yourself?
Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell your body you're sweet enough. Drink some water, share some love. Tell somebody, hey.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Carla Berridge. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris received his second dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine on Tuesday. More in this report.
On February 22nd, the Prime Minister received his first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. On Tuesday, May 4th, which had been dubbed a Red Letter Day, the Prime Minister led by example in becoming fully vaccinated, leading the way for other high-level officials to do the same at the Sylvia Garnett Primary Healthcare Facility in Tabernacle. After being inoculated for the second time by Nurse Body, Prime Minister Harris spoke of today's significance.
It is a most significant day in the history of healthcare delivery in St. Kitts and Nevis, because today some of us, like Mr. Brandy and our Colonel, will be taking our second shot, which puts us closer to the end game of being declared officially fully vaccinated. And that is critical. So those who are here taking their first shot, I want to congratulate you for doing the right thing, for coming forward and to start the journey.
He cited both personal and professional reasons for taking the vaccine.
I'm happy that I've come to my own hometown of Tabernacle to take the second shot. I've done it, of course, for my own personal protection. I've done it for my large and extended family of loved ones and friends and constituents. But I've done it most importantly because I appreciate that this is necessary for this country that I love.
The Prime Minister also expressed thanks to the Federation's nurses.
All the nurses for the fantastic contribution they have been making since we start our vaccination rollout in the last week of February 2021. Could we give them a special round of applause? I want to thank them because we have always said that as part of the life-saving strategy, the critical component in that battle was the vaccines, and that the health advice was that every country should try to achieve at least 70% of the population being vaccinated.
Among those present were Attorney General Honorable Vincent Byron, Commissioner of Police Hilroy Brandy, Commander of the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force Anthony Comrie, Superintendent Cromwell Henry, and Commanding Officer of the Coast Guard Major Walter Bass. The health facility was also filled with persons who were there to receive their first dose of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Reporting for ZIZ News, I'm Carla Berridge. Disaster response officials are clearing the air surrounding concerns that have arisen over footage of bubbling pools at the crater at Mount Lyamiga. Jason Davis has more.
The video, which has been circulating on social media, was taken by hikers in the crater who came across bubbling pools and pockets of steam. This led to comments online expressing concern of whether this was a sign that Mount Lyamiga may be becoming active. However, when contacted by the National Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Eurosilla Joseph of the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center in Trinidad and Tobago said, quote, "This is just one feature of the entire geothermal area. Temporary changes in hydrothermal features are expected as they respond to changes in gas and water availability below the surface. So it would seem to be more active, but that could just be due to a slight change in the gas or water from rainfall," end quote. The video has also prompted persons to worry that the recent eruption of La Soufrière in St. Vincent and the Grenadines could indicate that Mount Lyamiga may erupt as well. Dr. Joseph said that is not the case. She said, quote, "The eruption at La Soufrière cannot trigger an eruption at volcanoes on the other islands. Each volcano has its own magma chamber and they are not linked," end quote. Meanwhile, forestry officer in St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Eric Brown, said although the video seems very dramatic, it's nothing new and not dangerous.
When they see videos like this of a boiling pool, it's quite dramatic.
Correct.
Coupled with that is what is happening in St. Vincent. That have everybody all fidgety, up in arms, you know.
You took the question right over.
You know, so you know, you have persons all excited right now.
Yes.
But I like to tell persons, we are in no more danger today than we were yesterday or last week when it comes to the volcano.
Or even year 4.
Or even year 4.
Correct.
Or I'll go as far as to tell you, that pool that persons see in the video, that has been there and is older than any one of us here.
He said what is being seen is called a fumarole.
A fumarole is an area associated with a volcano where you have activity where heat, right, is in an area and it causes a liquid area or for moist area to show either steam coming up,
correct,
or you're going to see it boiling as you see there. What happened is this. The only thing that is coming from down below is heat. There's no lava, no magma, no material that is coming up.
He said the evidence of the last lava flow in St. Kitts can be seen at Black Rocks, which occurred centuries ago, and there hasn't been any evidence to indicate another possible eruption ever since. Jason Davis for ZIZ News.
Acting Chief Fire Officer Garfield Hodges urging firefighters to step up to the plate and get vaccinated. On Saturday, the acting fire officer was at the Sylvia Garnett Primary Health Center speaking about the importance of being vaccinated. Nurses Noreen Gabriel and Vivian Green Simon administered a dose of the vaccine to Fire Officer Julian Isaac at the health center. Mr. Hodges' call comes as the nation continues its roll-up to roll-out vaccination campaign in a drive to reach 70% of the target population and achieve herd immunity. As the nation's roll-up to roll-out vaccination campaign continues, we now take a look at the latest vaccination report. The break, Minister Grant interviewed on WSB-TV Atlanta, and Acting Chief Fire Officer encourages firefighters. Stay with us.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
I wish I knew how to do that. Me too.
Thinking of what to do this Mother's Day?
Boys, put on your shoes. I have a treat for you.
How about you make it a family experience?
But Mommy, where's the treat?
I'm going to teach you how to bake.
With messes and memories. When you shop safe and smart at Value Mart.
Flow Broadband and TV is packed with even more value as you get a free Samsung tablet, free installation, and 50% off your bill for 3 months when you sign up now. Yes, a free Samsung tablet. Power all you do at home with up to 100 megabits per second super fast broadband. Plus, stay HD entertained with Flow TV. Stream, share, and do more on your new free tablet, which will also keep you connected on the go with ease. Sign up at a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Welcome back. On the weekend, Minister of Tourism Honorable Lindsey Grant appeared on WSB-TV Atlanta's Daily 2 for an interview with host Shannon Walsh. During the interview, Minister Grant and Walsh discussed some of the highlights visitors to St. Kitts can expect to see. The ongoing 5-day getaway promotion with deals from the Park Heights St. Kitts Merit Resort, and Four Seasons Resort Nevis, and the Federation's low COVID rates.
With the travel promotion, you have the Park Heights St. Kitts and the Merit St. Kitts that are offering complimentary room upgrades. You have free breakfast for 4, and you have the Four Seasons in Nevis who are giving you an additional night for 2 consecutive nights stayed. And then you have the program that's extended for persons who are staying longer, and so that you can do everything you want, adventure outside, hiking, ziplining, kayaking. And of course, you must visit the birthplace of Alexander Hamilton in Nevis.
According to the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, the segment, in partnership with WSB-TV Atlanta, will serve to generate support for the non-stop Delta flights that will begin flying to St. Kitts on June 5th. WSB-TV is an ABC-affiliated station and has led in news ratings in Atlanta since its debut. We are doing a wonderful job. Our work is critical and crucial to the Federation. That is the encouragement given to fellow fire officers by Acting Chief Fire Officer Garfield Hodge on Tuesday, just before they commenced activities to mark International Firefighters Day on May 4th. Hodge was addressing the officers at the Bastia Fire Station prior to their jog through Bastia.
We are doing a wonderful job. Our job is critical and crucial to the Federation. As our motto states, protect and safeguard. We are doing a wonderful job. Our job is critical and crucial to the Federation. As our motto states, protect and safeguard the lives and property of citizens and residents. And so this morning, as we walk through town, we're going to show our fellow citizens that we play a very critical role, and we are here to serve, and we are committed to the cause of service.
International Firefighters Day was instituted after the deaths of 5 firefighters in an Australian bushfire and has been observed each year since 1999. As a means of bringing awareness to the fire department, along the route of their jog near 4th and Central Streets, officers stopped to display a fire drill. The firemen displayed the use of hoses to put out a fire and the setting up of a wet line to keep a blaze from spreading. The team continued up 4th Street and right onto Kearns Street, ending at the station to culminate the day's activities. As COVID-19 protocols prevented the staging of the Labor Day March, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party instead hosted a food fair as part of activities to commemorate Labor Day on Monday. Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 1, Honourable Jeffrey Hanley, explained that the initiative was organized to engage with the constituents for the day.
As a creative and innovative party, we came up with the idea of Labour on the Move, giving the constituencies an opportunity to do an activity, whether it's a food fair, a barbecue, or a luncheon, so that our comrades would have been engaged for the entire day, having done the wreath laying earlier this morning.
The parliamentary representative said the initiative showcased food from chefs within the constituency and also participants from the Spanish community. Hanley explained that if the COVID-19 pandemic persists next year, the SKNLP is poised to host similar events to keep the constituency unified.
Should we be in the same situation next year like this year, no doubt the Labour Party will be ready to have, if not the same activity, some form of other innovation or innovative activity that will keep our comrades united.
He has said, however, that he hopes to take to the streets of Bastia next year for the annual Labor Day March, as it will be the SKNLP's 90th anniversary. Coming up in regional news, Brazilians not getting second vaccine shot. The details when we come back.
I wish I knew how to do that.
Thinking of what to do this Mother's Day? Boys, put on your shoes. I have a treat for you. How about you make it a family experience?
But Mommy, what's the treat?
teach you how to bake.
With messes and memories. When you shop safe and smart at Value Mart.
We're moving now to news on the regional scene. Brazil's mass inoculation campaign got off to a late and rocky start in mid-January. So far, only 15% of the population has received the first dose, according to a media consortium. But 6% of those lucky ones never showed up for the second shot. Al Jazeera's Monica Yanikev reports from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Brazilians had to wait much longer than expected to get their vaccines. The mass inoculation campaign in Latin America's largest country got off to a late and rocky start in mid-January. So far, only 15% of the population has received the first dose, according to a media consortium. But 6% of those lucky ones never showed up for the second shot.
I almost didn't. I had to take an anxiety pill to make it here for my second shot of AstraZeneca. I was so scared, as were many standing in line with me. We were hearing all these stories about blood clots, and now I'm glad I came.
Doctors say that some people have not gone back because they forgot or simply thought that one shot was enough.
Lack of information and fake news spread by those who deny the pandemic are part of the problem. But we are also facing problems with the second dose because of poor government planning.
16 states have run out of China's CoronaVac vaccine, one of the two most used in Brazil. Many showed up for their second dose, only to be told there were none.
They told me to return another day, but will there be any?
It's an embarrassment. This is a joke for those bloody politicians.
Doctors and scientists blame former Health Minister Eduardo Pazuello for the problem.
The health ministry instructed mayors and governors to use all their supplies to speed up the delivery of first dose, instead of telling them to save half of the stock to guarantee the second dose. The government was hoping more vaccines would arrive in time. That did not happen.
There have been delays in the delivery of vaccines and of supplies to produce them locally. India, one of Brazil's main suppliers, is at the center of the epidemic now and dealing with a health catastrophe. But Brazil has just received the first batch of 1 million Pfizer vaccine doses.
The lack of planning will be discussed this week by the Senate committee investigating the government's handling of the pandemic. Former Health Minister Pazuello will be called to testify on Wednesday.
He will be asked to explain why Brazil took so long to accept Pfizer's offer to begin providing millions of doses last year. Doses that only just started to arrive. Monica Yanikev, Al Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.
In Guyana, more than 50 student nurses of the Charles Rosa School of Nursing were on Thursday sent packing after two programs were allegedly abruptly suspended by the Ministry of Health. The students have expressed grave concerns about this decision, which has left them unsure of their next move. More
Over 50 first-year students of the Charles Rosa School of Nursing located in Linden are left with questions regarding the sudden recent suspension of the 3-year professional and 18-month nursing assistant programs merely 2 months after their commencement. Much to the students' disappointment on Thursday last during classes, they claim they were told by the principal tutor of the school that the programs will be suspended according to a directive from the Ministry of Health. The programs commenced on March 8, 2021. One of the nurses who insisted on visual anonymity told Nightly News on Monday via phone that to date they have not received an official dismissal letter. Instead, it was done verbally.
It's suspended until further notice. You were telling me you don't know when you're gonna, when we're gonna come off and these kind of things, but it could be how long it's for, right? So we're this.
The trainee nurse said when she inquired from the tutor about the reason behind the suspension of the programs, none was provided. She noted that several students from the hinterland regions, mainly 1, 8, and 9, are now burdened with garnering financial support to return home. Initially, the students were promised reimbursement of their travel and other costs to pursue the program. She further relayed that many of the former students are left without jobs, while some were lucky enough to retain the jobs they had before joining the school.
One person are at home, and like 4 persons that were still here, they got back their jobs. But everybody else is at home, waiting for some miracle to happen because in school there are nobody at work.
The nurse highlighted that her batchmates were waiting since 2019 to commence the program, and a number of financial investments were made. Following the successful completion of the programs, the nurses would have been poised to gain employment at the Linden Hospital complex. Tamika Rodney reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Coming up, New York and New Jersey to fully reopen this summer. International news is next.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Welcome back. New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey have announced plans to fully reopen this summer. Governors of the tri-state area announced plans to significantly ease COVID-19 capacity restrictions more than 1 year after the pandemic struck. More in this report.
This morning, major reopenings across the country proving that summer could be close to normal more than a year after COVID hit. Most pandemic-related capacity restrictions in the tri-state area will be lifted. New York and neighboring New Jersey ending capacity restrictions for most businesses like bars, restaurants, and gyms on May 19th. New York increasing limits for indoor and outdoor gatherings at concerts and sports venues.
It is irrefutable when you look at the numbers that New Yorkers have made tremendous progress.
Business owners looking forward to the change.
The worst is over, hopefully.
Connecticut taking similar steps in easing restrictions and becoming the first state to fully vaccinate 50% of adults. Florida going even further. Governor Ron DeSantis suspending all COVID local public health orders.
Folks that are saying that they need to be policing people at this point, if you're saying that, you really are saying you don't believe in the vaccines.
But just over 6 million out of more than 21 million Floridians are fully vaccinated so far. Some local officials say it's too soon to take those steps.
It does not make sense to me as to how the governor has simply declared that the crisis is over.
But the end of the pandemic may be in sight, with the weekly case average nationwide dropping below 50,000 for the first time since October. But experts say the country may not reach herd immunity because of slowing vaccination rates and variants. President Biden urging people to get vaccinated.
This is a debate into what constitutes herd immunity. Is it 70% of the population? Is it 68%? Is it 81%? My plea to everyone, get vaccinated now, please. Thank you.
At least 23 people have been killed and dozens injured after a metro overpass collapsed in Mexico City while a train was traveling on it, officials have said. Several train carriages plunged to the ground, crushing at least one car, which was on a busy road underneath. More in this report.
Mexico City's subway system is one of the busiest in North America, in fact the second busiest after New York, moving tens of millions of passengers a week. But it is still a surprise that it's the newest line and not one of the older ones that has had this collapse. As you said there, now there's been fears among the emergency crews, the ambulance crews, the firefighters, that there could be further collapse unless they can secure the rest of that overpass. And of course they're working through the night. It's very late at night here, and clearly those on the train would either been coming home from late shifts or perhaps going out to work night shifts, or on the road beneath the passage at that fateful moment. Claudia Sheinbaum has been on the scene really from the very moment it was made clear that this was a significant incident. She's been updating the public with her Twitter feed. She's saying that she's working at the main command center there with all of the different heads of the different emergency services. It is, of course, a multi-agency task, this one, to try and first get to the survivors first and foremost, but again, of course, secure that overpass so this doesn't turn into an even bigger disaster. But there will be huge questions later on for the mayor's office and for the previous mayors under whom this the extension of the line 12 was put in. So I think there's very difficult questions to be answered about the worthiness of the structures, the reliability of the structures, the oversaturation of the subway system in Mexico City as a whole. Very difficult questions, but of course they're all to come right now. They're simply focused on reaching the survivors and trying to get the injured attended to in hospital and on the scene.
Up next in sports, weekend wins in the SKNFA Premier League and Maradona's medical team under fire. Stay with us.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
I took the vaccine because I want the in-person audience experience at Sugar Mass 50.
I took the vaccine because I want to be performing with all my peoples on Ultra Truck this year for Carnival.
I get vaccinated because I want to be on the road for Sugar Mass 50.
The reason I chose to be vaccinated because I'm a profession as an entertainer, for us to have a safer, brighter Carnival.
I am DJ Flames and I got vaccinated because I want Sugar Mass 50 to be greater than ever.
I took the vaccine because I miss entertaining thousands of people and I miss hosting my own events. See you at Sugar Mass 50. Boom.
Get vaccinated quickly to turn up Sugar Mass 50.
First up in sports, 3 teams registered wins in this weekend's SKNFA Premier League matches. More in this report from Andre Huey, media consultant to the SKNFA.
With some high-profile matches in this past weekend's SKNFA Premier League ending in draws, 3 teams enjoyed victories. MFCR United Old Road Jets defeated Hot Springs Bath United 2-0, both goals coming from Tiquani Williams in the 85th and 90th minute. All the SKNFA Premier League matches were streamed live on the SKNFA Facebook page. In the post-match analysis, LaShawn Dixon and Essington Watts spoke about Old Road returning to winning ways and Bath United playing good football despite the loss.
A very heartbroken moment for the division team. They held out for 85 minutes. And then just some blunders. and with a goal scorer like Taquani Williams with great goal scoring instinct, great finishing instinct, he was able to capitalize and especially in the last goal, able to capitalize on a mistake. But the first goal was a beautiful.
In Friday night's second match, defending champions SL Horses St. Paul's United proved why they are favourites to repeat this season after they dispatched title contenders Flow Ken Rockets 3-0. This is the second time in a week that St. Paul's defeated the team that was ranked second in the table after defeating Garden Hotspurs, who was ranked second last week. Scoring for St. Paul's, Javon Leader in the 30th minute, Vince Roy Nelson scoring against his old side in the 48th minute with a stunning free kick, celebrating every minute of it, and Anthony Keynes in the 5th minute of stoppage time. After the match, we heard from the manager of the St. Paul's team, Mr. Darren Edmead, as well as assistant coach of Keon, Jazza Volcano.
Tonight game, man, so we look at a lot of things in trouble against St. Paul's, where we can counter and the weakness and other things. We think we don't pack with that up to the 45 minutes in the first half and so about the with the long ball and the other things and so. And then we just went off. Things where we wanted, we didn't want them man to get a chance and so. To get a chance. That's what we call, we had a thing that we call the red zone, where we say we can't afford to get any foul, anything around them here because they are very good at set pieces. Right?
The goals, I mean, what can I say? I mean, it's what happened when you remain composed. First goal, brilliant. We went in the second half. As you said, we make the adjustments. We realized that we had to match Keon energy based on how they were playing in the first half. We realized they were more or less bullying us back in the game. So yeah, so we really have to just look at what they were really doing and figure out what we were not doing properly. And after we making the adjustments, I think we came out second half and we just start seeing St. Paul's playing St. Paul's football.
An investigation into the death of Argentine star football player Diego Maradona has concluded that his medical team acted in an inappropriate, deficient and reckless manner. Maradona, aged 60, died of heart failure in December, 2 weeks after surgery for a blood clot in his brain. More in this report.
It's been almost 6 months since Diego Maradona passed away. Argentina was in mourning as thousands gathered to say goodbye. But Maradona's death is surrounded in controversy. On Monday, a panel of 20 experts concluded Maradona received inadequate medical care and was left to his fate for a prolonged agonizing period before he died.
Maradona's health team who were being investigated were there not because they wanted to be there, but for their own benefit. They were taking money from him.
Maradona's personal doctor, Leopoldo Luque, his psychiatrist and his psychologist, among others, are under investigation. Prosecutors will have to decide whether there is enough evidence to charge them.
The 70-page report reveals that Diego Maradona became seriously ill at least 12 hours before he was found dead in his bed. It also says that not enough was done to save him. The findings of this report could end up with a case of wrongful death, with a prison sentence of up to 15 years if convicted.
Maradona died just weeks after undergoing brain surgery on a blood clot. The report also stated Maradona did not have full use of his mental faculties and stated his treatment was rife with deficiencies and irregularities.
We're going to request abandonment of a vulnerable person along with simple, negligent homicide, in addition to the facilitation of drugs for consumption, adulteration of a public document, and adulteration of Diego's signature.
A documentary by Infobae, a local media company, revealed audio recordings between Maradona's lawyers, doctors and caretakers. They show how Maradona's daughters wanted to hospitalize him after his brain surgery, but it's alleged his entourage wanted to take him to a private home so they wouldn't lose control over him and the profits he generated. Those accused insist they're innocent.
The evidence that was leaked, as well as the audio and witness testimony, the extracts, including edited audio and chats, involve less than half of the defendants. Isn't that striking? It would seem there is an intent to hold a media trial, a trial before the courts have done their work, and that is not good at all.
Maradona is considered an idol in Argentina after helping this country win its second World Cup in 1986. He struggled with alcohol and drug abuse all his life. But But his family and fans are convinced he was a victim of his caretakers, who failed to provide the treatment he needed to survive. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PM Harris KN right after the // are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PMHarrisKN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message, or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. Prime Minister Harris receives second COVID vaccination. Officials address concerns about a video of the crater, and firefighters urged to get vaccinated. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Berridge. Goodbye.
I am so frustrated. Junior wants to eat all of the time.
It has to be he's hungry. I don't think you have enough milk. I could hear this poor baby cry from my bedroom. Let's just give him a pacifier to calm him, and in the morning I will go and buy a formula. That will satisfy him longer than breast milk.
I was taught at the antenatal clinic that breast milk is best, and pacifier and other feeding nipples or teats can confuse the baby.
I don't think that you will be able to breastfeed effectively, so formula is just as good.